What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video here on my YouTube channel. And for those of you that are new around here and don't know who I am, my name's Aaron and I create travel, photography and videography based content here on YouTube. So if that is something that does interest you, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, today we are actually going to be discussing Interrail yet again. If you've seen any of my videos or just checked out my channel, you'll know I discuss Interrail in quite a bit of detail, as I did Interrail in the summer of 2017. But I've not yet actually discussed any tips for what you can do when you're actually on the train to help your experience, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you do find this video useful at any point, be sure to let me know by leaving a like. Put any comments or questions down below in the comment section, I'll get back to them as soon as I can, and check out the rest of the Interrail playlist when this video is done. But let's just jump straight to it. Okay, so the first tip is a bit of preparation for your train journey, and that is before you arrive at the train station, go to the local supermarket in whatever country you're in and purchase the biggest bottle of water that you can personally carry and your bag will carry. I'm talking 1 to 2 litre bottle of water, because you're going to be on the train for a long time, especially when interrailing, and it's going to be hot either through temperature outside or body heat from the amount of people on these trains. So carrying just one of these small 500ml bottle of water, it's not going to cut it. You need a big one just to keep you hydrated throughout the journey, and you can actually buy these to actually fill up. Get an empty one, fill it up so it's a bit easier to drink, but you will need a 2 litre bottle of water, if I'm being honest with you, and just keep it in your bag. And then the great thing is these journeys last a long time, so you'll probably get through that amount of water during the train journey, so you just bin it when you get to your destination and you don't have to carry it around with you. But make sure you do purchase a lot of water rather than having to purchase small ones on the train, which will set you back because they will be costly. Okay, the next tip kind of relates to that one. It's actually stock up on foods before your journey. Have a rough idea of how much food you're going to need for the journey. It could be 12 hours, it could be 3 hours. So just make sure you're aware of that and go to the supermarket before you actually get on the train. Again, to save on prices on the train, and make sure you actually get a carrier bag, because you don't want to cram it into your traveling bag because then it could get squashed. And make sure you keep it out of direct sunlight. Don't put it on a table if you have one on the train. I know it's tempting just to put everything on the table. Keep it out of the sunlight, because especially in Europe, the food gets hot, it doesn't taste very nice, to be honest with you. And don't make the fatal mistake that I done, where I actually got off the train, tried to run to a shop. I actually made it in time, to be fair, but it's not wise. I ran to a shop whilst the train was literally at a next stop, and then ran back to the train before it left. It was a bit risky considering all my luggage was left on the train. I wouldn't advise that, so make sure you stock up before you actually get on the train. Okay, next one is just to save you a bit of hassle, to be honest, and that is fill out your Interrail pass before you get on the train. I know everyone says it, and I know Interrail advise it, and you just probably think, oh, it's fine, I'll just fill that out when I sit down. Sometimes there's ticket inspectors on the train doors when you're about to jump on the train, and they're not happy people if you don't have that Interrail pass filled out. So just save yourself the hassle, fill it out when you're about to leave your accommodation to go to the train station, or when you're on your way there. Just make sure it's filled out before you step foot on the train, because they will kick off, and to be honest, the language barrier makes it difficult to actually understand what they're trying to say to you, which doesn't help the situation at all. So just make sure you've done that, help them out and help yourself out. Okay, the next tip is for something for you to do when you actually just first get on your train, and that's set an alarm. And it goes without saying if you're going to be sleeping, because you obviously need to wake up before you get off. But this is handy even if you don't plan to sleep, because you may lose track of time, whether it just be through editing a video, listening to music, reading a book, or making new friends. You can very easily lose track of time. So set an alarm, but as I said, be respectful. There's going to be quite a lot of people on these trains. Don't have a really loud, annoying alarm that you take 10-15 seconds to turn off. If you have an alarm, make it so that you can hear it, or even have it just on vibrate, and turn it off as soon as you can so it doesn't disturb other people, especially if people are sleeping. But an alarm is a great way to remind you that you're about to get off the train. Now, this is a bit of a bonus tip for you to do before you actually even book your Interrail trip, but it relates to being on the train, and that is, if your budget allows for it, book a first class Interrail ticket. I done that for my Interrail trip, and it was so beneficial because the first class parts of the trains were not much different to the second class, to be honest, but they were a lot more quieter, a lot more spacious, so you could get more quality sleep, you could just relax a bit more, and you get free food and drinks, which you can't complain when you're traveling on a budget. So that was a great option to have. So obviously, booking a first class train ticket, if your budget does allow for it, is a great option to have. And to be honest, they're not actually that much more expensive than the second class tickets, so it is something that you should definitely bear in mind. Okay, the next tip is to carry a portable charger or power bank, because quite often trains will advise that they do have plugs, and they do, to be fair, but it's usually one between 2 or one between 4 if you're on a table, and they don't always work, to be honest. I got on a train and we had one between us and it didn't work anyway, so it was quite pointless, to be honest. So carry a portable charger or power bank to keep your phone, your laptop, your camera, whatever you need to charge, charged, especially if you're arriving in a new destination, particularly late at night. You need your phone charged to find out where you're going, to potentially book a taxi or have a look at transport options, so make sure you do carry a portable charger on your trip. Now, another great way to sleep in peace is to carry a large lock, or a cable tie I believe they're called, to lock your bag to your seat. Now, it's a great option if you just want to get on a train, you don't really know anyone, but you want to sleep without worrying about your stuff getting stolen. Put a lock through the zipper on your bag and then actually tie your bag to your chair. That way no one's getting any of your stuff, and no one's certainly getting your bag, because they'll pretty much have to remove you and the seat if they wanted to do so. So that's a great option if you do want to sleep on the train. Now, I'm sure you may have heard of some stories of Eastern European night trains getting essentially robbed by people getting gassed and then people robbing their stuff and not even knowing about it. Now, as far as I'm aware, they're not true. I did hear of the stories before on my Interrail trip. I went on an Eastern European night train. Nothing happened to me, so I'm not taking it as a serious thing. But if you do want to be extra secure, what I would advise is take all of your valuables out of your bag and sleep with them on your person. So if you have documents, they're usually paper thin. You'll have paper and a passport. They are very, very thin. Put them inside your pillow. You won't feel them because they are so thin. And if you have valuable items like phones, cameras, sleep with them on your person. Put them in pockets, or even just in your sleeping bag or in your bed sheets, or whatever you need to do. Just make sure they're on your person, and that way if anything does happen, which isn't going to happen, but just in case, they're not robbing any valuables and you've got all of them on your person. And it is, you know, good in case of an emergency. If you do need to phone someone, you've got your phone on your person, but I'm sure nothing will go wrong. But that is all for the tips on how you can interrail, and in particular whilst you're actually on the train. If you have found this video useful, be sure to let me know by leaving a like on the video. Put any comments or questions down below. As I said at the start of the video, go and check out the rest of my Interrail content that will be linked on screen and in the description below. And obviously, if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, guys. Till next time, goodbye.